Hello, Assalamu alaikum, and a very good evening, all the six digits affiliates and students to today's session. Um, तो थोड़ा सा मुझे नजर आ रहा है कि interest decline हुआ where there are 36 participants today. Is it because people join in late, or is it because um, people are not attending the sessions? So this is something yet to be resolved, but in any case, we will begin. Thank you very much to those who have joined the session in time. हम लोगों ने हसन ने मैंने मुत्तहिद ने हमने जिस वक्त और निज़ाम ने हमने जब ज्वाइन किया था, there were only about 7-8 individuals who joined then. But in any case, let's be a bit more punctual, and let's try to be in the session by 6:30, if that's okay with you. Okay, papers. Heavy rains in Karachi. Yes, that would be an issue. I agree. Severe load shedding. Electricity goes at 7. Okay, that would also be the reason. Mubin Akhtar is saying timing. So timing is an issue. Feeling cold? Which part of the world? Okay. All right. Interesting. Chale, we just take 5 minutes to review what has been discussed so far so that it remains fresh in our minds. And then today's session, as you all remember, and as you can see on the screen, is about ethics and professional skills module. Uh, I will introduce our speaker and trainer for these sessions. But before that, if we can very quickly go back and to what we have learned so far, and if we can very quickly, please raise hands if you can very quickly summarize in one or two sentences only of what we have learned so far. Yeah. Yes, Ashia Yusuf, it was about brand building. Um, However, I'm talking about all the sessions that you've attended so far. If we have to recap the lessons, the learnings, right? How will you summarize them in a few sentences only, one or two sentences? So I'm looking for hand raises. Please don't take very long. We have Murtaza Hosseini already. Great. Murtaza, I'm going to unmute you. In the meanwhile, I want to see more hands. Ji Murtaza, we can hear you.
Okay, sir. First of all, we have gone through the keywords for our mindset building, which is what, why, how, what as, and what to do best. Then,
Mhm.
then
Okay,
we
we'll
have
get the best.
towards how to make a business model and how to generate business idea. And we
Mhm.
put those words and keywords into those and implement it and make our business model canvas.
Mhm.
And then recently we have talked about how to improve our business through brand building, and
Mhm.
in which 3 C's we have discussed, which is confidence, connection, and convenience.
Mhm. Okay, great. Thank you very much, Murtaza. Very nicely summarizing all that we've learned. Nasser Mahmood has put in a comment saying six digits has impacted mindset positively. If it remain, we will achieve more further. Yes, I think Nasser ने जो ये बात लिखी है that the mindset has to be uh, has to be sustained. This mindset, I mean, naturally uh, there is a tendency that we revert back to our previous self, we revert back to our comfort zones, and if that starts happening, then that means you stop challenging yourself, you stop asking, is that the best I can do, right? So if you stop doing that, once again, you'll have a tendency of going to the same mindset uh, in which you were a few months and weeks ago. Great, thank you very much. Who else wants to speak? So we want a few comments from other participants as well? मुर्तजा ने जो अभी summarize किया है, uh, that was a true summary of what has been taught, but there were many hidden messages. Every video shared with you, there were hidden messages in it. Yeah. So who's going to go next? We want to see hand raises. Hurry up, hurry up. We don't have too much time. Nizam, is it that I can't see hand raises or what? Is there an issue? Oh, I see Rabia Sharif. Great. Rabia, unmuting you. But want more hand raises, please. Everybody wake up. This is a time to opportunity to speak. Gee, Rabia, you've been unmuted. Go on.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Sir, what I've learned from all the previous sessions is कि सबसे पहले मैंने इसमें ये सीखा था कि आपने क्वेश्चन फॉर्मेशन आपकी कैसी होनी चाहिए, आपका क्वेश्चन किस्सा का होना चाहिए, जिसमें हमें सिखाया गया था कि आपके जो क्वेश्चंस है मेनली व्हाट एंड वाई को बेस करना चाहिए, ना कि हाउ पार्ट को बेस करना चाहिए। देन उसके बाद हमें ये सिखाया कि जो गोल सेटिंग है उस गोल को आपने किस तरह से प्रायोरिटाइज करना है या किस तरह से आपने डिफरेंट इंटरेस्ट में से अपने पैशन को सामने रखते हुए अपने गोल को सेट करना है और उस गोल को डेवलप कैसे करना है ओवर द टाइम पीरियड, और फिर उसी गोल को अपने पैशन की बेस पे सामने रखते हुए फोकस कैसे करना है। मजीद हमने फोकस की बेस पे डिफरेंट वीडियोस देखी थी और उसी पे फोकस करना है, अपना विनिंग एटीट्यूड कैसे बनाना है, हमने वीडियोस भी देखी, फिर उस विनिंग एटीट्यूड को मेंटेन करने के लिए क्या करना है वो चीज सीखी। मुझे बहुत बहुत से गोल्स हैं, उन गोल्स में से आपका एक्चुअली कौन सा वो गोल है जो कि आपके पैशन को ड्राइव कर रहा है। उसके बाद हमने हमारे थे बिजनेस केस की तरफ, जिसमें हमने डिफरेंट सिनेरियोज पे बात की थी, लो कॉस्ट मॉडल्स पे बात की थी। लो कॉस्ट मॉडल को बेस करके हमने बिजनेस केस कैनवस को डेवलप किया। देन लास्ट वीक हमने प्रीमियम को बेस करके हमने बिजनेस केस कैनवस को, बिजनेस मॉडल कैनवस को डेवलप किया था और उसे प्रेजेंट किया डिफरेंट टीम्स में। थैंक यू सर।
Great, thank you very much, Rabia. Very comprehensive summary. I think you've used all the jargons, all the keywords that we've learned so far. I think that's excellent memory that you've got, and you're retaining information as well. Thank you, Rabia. You can go back on mute. And before we go to Nasser Mahmood, let's quickly read Arib Ali Kayani's comment also. So Arib says that we learned introduction both formally and professionally. So 30-second introduction. Also, what, why, and how concept in which we learned that there should always be always have questions in mind for further. We also saw some videos and different examples that help us in understanding this concept. Further, we learned business model canvas that help us to understand how to build, develop business ideas. And in last, we learned how to make ourselves brand, make ourselves brand through confidence, connection, and convenience. Okay, interesting. All right. Okay, I think again a bit of repetition. अभी Rabia ने जो describe किया, जरा अपने पर्सपेक्टिव में भी कुछ बताएं, आपकी लर्निंग क्या थी? I mean, these are very very discrete answers that you're giving, which are very correct, which are accurate, but learnings for you. Yeah. So is there anything that you will stop doing as a result? Is there something that you will more aggressively start doing? So Nasser, if I can unmute you, please go on. Nasser Mahmood, unmute yourself.
Assalamualaikum, sir.
Assalamualaikum, Nasser.
First of all, I am very thankful to ACCA for conducting such informative sessions.
Sorry, Nasser, we have a bit of a difficulty in listening to you. जी नासिर.
गुजार हूँ कि ACCA ने इतनी इंफॉर्मेटिव सेशंस हमारे लिए कंडक्ट की.
सर नासिर, गो ऑन प्लीज.
6 डिजिट प्रोग्राम से सर मुझे इस तरह फायदा हुआ कि पहले मुझे ये पता नहीं था कि किस तरह अपना ऑब्जेक्टिव सेट करना है. मतलब ये है कि मुझे किसी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में जाना है तो उसके लिए मुझे स्पेसिफिक होना पड़ता है कि मुझे कौन सी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में जाना है और किस पोजीशन पे जाना है. जब स्पेसिफिक की बात आती है तो आपको पता चलता है कि आप इस पोस्ट को अचीव करने के लिए आपको कौन सी स्किल्स रिक्वायर्ड है, टेक्निकल स्किल्स क्या है और सॉफ्ट स्किल क्या है. तो उस पे आप वर्कआउट करते हैं तभी ये अचीव होता है. और इसके बाद सर ये एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप में काफ़ी हेल्प की है 6 डिजिट प्रोग्राम ने. अगर कोई बंदा एंटरप्रेन्योर बनना चाहता है, अपनी बिजनेस स्टार्ट करना चाहता है, तो ये बिजनेस कैनवस मॉडल इज वेरी हेल्पफुल इन अचीविंग दैट.
True. Great, thank you Nasir, thank you very much. You can go back on mute. एक चीज है जिसका अभी तक किसी ने तज़करा नहीं किया, and I would expect Faraz to talk about it. Faraz, I'm unmuting you, and Faraz is going to be the last individual giving us feedback. Please go on, Faraz. I've unmuted you.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. What I've learned from this 30-second introduction plus how to better articulate your introduction. Why do we exist? हमें अपने दूसरे पर्सपेक्टिव से देखना चाहिए rather than दूसरे हमारे सामने में क्या इमेज रखते हैं, हम दूसरों को क्या एक्सपीरियंस छोड़ रहे हैं. बाकी स्पेसिफिक होना हमें है. जब तक हम स्पेसिफिक नहीं होंगे, गोल हमारा डिजाइन नहीं होगा, ऑब्जेक्टिव हमारा नहीं होगा, तो हम कुछ अचीव नहीं कर सकते. विनर एटीट्यूड होना चाहिए, कॉन्फिडेंस होना चाहिए, वाउ फैक्टर होना चाहिए, concise,
excuses नहीं होने चाहिए, dependability on depending on external circumstances which later on convert into excuses वो नहीं होने चाहिए. एक important document जिसको हमने अभी तक mention नहीं किया, that is the OPA document, objectives, purpose and activities. So exactly, and that's a running document that you have to continue to update with short-term, long-term objectives, and then importantly the activities that can create an impact in achieving those objectives, with the timeline in mind, of course. Great, thank you very much, Faraz. Thanks a lot. Let me now introduce our trainer for today's session to all of you, and then I'll hand over to him. We'll go for namaz break at 7 o'clock. So our trainer for ethics and professional skills module is Mr. Hassan Ashraf. Hassan, if we can have you on the screen, just switch on your camera. Yes, there we go. And that's Hassan. Hassan has been a colleague at ACCA Pakistan for about, Hassan, once again, correct me, is it 7 years and 10 days or what is it?
So now it's 11 actually. Yeah. So now it's 11 actually.
All right. And great. Thank you very much. That was yesterday.
Yeah.
So Hassan has had joined us 7 years back as this as the business development manager in our southern belt, and he was responsible for all the good work that ACCA has done in regions like Multan, Bahawalpur, Rahimia Khan, Sahiwal, and the neighboring cities. Um, and I would appreciate that there's quite a lot of work that had gone in, in these regions. Now, currently, Hassan is our senior manager for education in the central region, and his area of responsibility around educational initiatives, and I can tell you about those initiatives as well. In fact, we'll hear from Hassan of what those initiatives are. But his area of responsibility now is the entire central region, which starts from, I would say, Rahim Ya Khan and goes up to Jihlam and Sargodha. So Hassan currently is looking after all the education related initiatives जो कि as a student and as an affiliate आपको time to time address करते रहते हैं, right? So for example, examination key preparation, for example, all the changes that are coming around in the exam system, uski awareness, how to be better prepared for your exams, etc. So Hassan, in fact, why don't I call you in and ask you for an introduction? By the way, one most important thing to mention here is that Hassan himself is an ACCA member and a fellow ACCA member, so an FCCA member working with us at ACCA. So Hassan, over to you.
Thank you so much, Harun Saab. It's very kind of you to introduce me in such words. Assalamu alaikum and a very good evening, everybody. All the students, affiliates, it's been so nice to hear your comments, your feedbacks uh, on the microphone, and otherwise, it's a fantastic experience. Before I delve into my introduction, I would say I was feeling positively envious towards all of you that in our days these type of initiatives or these type of activities were not there when we were studying ACCA, and you all should consider yourself most lucky that you have this opportunity now that ACCA is coming up with such initiatives. So regarding what I do, as Harun Saab mentioned, my role now is education, and in education we work towards progression of students, and in progression the most important thing is that every student pass their exam, and our priority is that they pass this exam in the first attempt. So a lot of initiatives on the online platforms and otherwise that you come across from time to time, like coffee with tutor, read the mind of marker, practice to pass, and then exam delivery, then training the tutors, engaging tutors with the new developments so that the tutors can guide you well, they can prepare you well, then providing development support to learning partners so that they are able to carry on the quality education delivery. So these are a few highlights that we continue to do. So in addition to this, education team in ACCA also looks after equivalence relation matters with Higher Education Commission. Similarly, we also take initiatives with the other professional accounting bodies, especially such as ICMAP and ICAP. So engagement with these professional accounting bodies is also part of the education agenda. Then obviously, in all the approved learning partners that you study, we regularly monitor the quality that they are bringing to you, and it is our job to make sure that the quality standards are being met. So there are monitoring visits taking place. So everything that has to do with your progression, everything that has to do with the quality of education delivery, everything that has to do with the quality of exam delivery it comes under the education domain. So that's that from the education side for now. I will come to my professional introduction later on when we begin after the break, Namaz break. So over to you, Harun Sahab.
Thank you very much, Hassan. An interesting comment made by Nimra. Nimra is saying that she's also from Rahim Khan, and so which means there must have been an interaction.
He must know Masi Goat.
All right. Okay. Okay. Nasser Mahmood has asked another question. What about AGC equivalence for ACCA? And Nasser, that's very much in place. Hassan, do you want to shed some light very quickly before we go on for a namaz break? Because we'll start our session now at 7:10. So between now and 7 o'clock, if you can quickly answer a few questions.
Yeah, so Nasser, thank you for this question. That equivalence is not only in place, but it is now being made very easy by the HEC. So previously, you see, you have to go to the regional office of HEC, get all the documents attested, and then send it across to Islamabad office, and then they used to take 2 to 3 working weeks, and then they used to send you back the equivalence letter. Now, what they have done in December 2018 notification, they have sent this notification to everyone across Pakistan, all government institutions, all educational institutions, stating that all three professional accounting bodies, ICMA, ACCA, and ICAP, their members are equivalent to 16 years of education in Pakistan, which means they are master's equivalent in Pakistan. So therefore, it's now easy. You don't need to get to that hassle of you have to apply for the separate equivalence letter.
Okay, there are two more questions that I want answered, and one is by Shair Zishan, and he says that at that time ACCAs were not banned for articles, so you are lucky too. Shair, let me put the facts correctly, and that's a lesson that you must also learn. Never go after what you've heard from others. There was never a ban on ACCA students from entering into articles. Please remember that. And the facts that support this, or the information that can correct this, is the judgment by the Competition Commission of Pakistan, and it is the stay order issued by the Lahore High Court on the proceedings between the Competition Commission and ICAP. Okay, so please remember, there were never ever a ban on ACCAs entering into firms for articles. और इसकी वजह मैं आपको ना बहुत क्लियरली एक्सप्लेन कर देता हूँ. सॉरी, मैं 1-2 मिनट एक्स्ट्रा लूंगा, उसके बाद हम ब्रेक पे जाएंगे, बिकॉज शायर ने एक टॉपिक ऐसा छोड़ दिया है. ये देखिए, ये जो बिजनेसेस हैं ना, ये जो फर्म्स हैं, दीज आर एक्चुअली बिजनेसेस, दीज आर नॉट ट्रेनिंग इंस्टीट्यूट्स ओनली. ठीक है, सो ये जो फर्म्स हैं, ये क्या करते हैं, ये अपनी सर्विसेज को सेल करते हैं एट अ सर्टेन रेट टू देयर क्लाइंट्स, राइट? दिस इज देयर बिजनेस मॉडल. और जो सर्विसेज ऑफर करनी होती हैं इनको, ये पार्टनर्स भी इनके ऑफर करते हैं, डायरेक्टर्स भी ऑफर करते हैं, सीनियर मैनेजर्स भी ऑफर करते हैं, लीड्स जो होते हैं इनके सुपरवाइजर्स वो भी ऑफर करते हैं. बट मेजरली दो सर्विसेज कम फ्रॉम the trainee students who are working in these organizations. So what they are doing is they're getting these article students and training contract students to to offer certain services to their clientele, जिनको फिर ये जिनसे ये फिर इन services के charges लेते हैं. So these are businesses, plain and simple. They are not non-profit institutions. They are businesses. And there is nothing wrong with that, for they being businesses. Now, every business will try to beautify their products, to glorify their products, to have the best services and products to offer. Isn't that the case? So, जो भी organization इस दुनिया में operate कर रही है, unless कि उसके दिमाग में कोई जहन में कोई business model में कोई malice involved है, वो चाहेंगे कि उनकी product सबसे अच्छी हो, product के अंदर improvements आए, R&D हो, quality improve हो, और उसके लिए उनको बेहतरीन टैलेंट की जरूरत होती है. ओके, इन फर्म्स को अपनी सर्विस ऑफर करने के लिए बेहतरीन टैलेंट की जरूरत है. अब चाहे वो टैलेंट कहीं से भी आए, ओके, आई रिपीट माय वर्ड्स, अब चाहे वो टैलेंट कहीं से भी आए,
ACCA के साथ जो एडवांटेज था वो ये था कि ACCA चूंकि ग्लोबली रिकग्नाइज्ड क्वालिफिकेशन है, so whenever they had to these firms had to send their trainee to countries abroad on secondments, तो वहां पर ACCAs की एक्सेप्टेंस ज्यादा वाइड होती थी और इस वजह से ये फर्म्स जो थी दे कंटिन्यू टू रिक्रूट। अब हुआ क्या जी, वो जी ये बात फैला दी गई कि जी वो तो आर्टिकल्स के ऊपर बैन्स लगे हैं। अब ये अचानक ऐसा तो नहीं हुआ कि इन फर्म्स ने अपनी आधी वर्कफोर्स जो कि ACCA ट्रेनीज पे मुश्तमिल थी निकाल के बाहर खड़ी कर दी और कह दिया भाई तुम तो सर्विस ऑफर ही नहीं कर सकते हैं। ये ऐसा तो कभी भी नहीं हुआ। तो अक्सर फर्म्स ने क्या किया मैं आपको ये बताता हूँ विदाउट नेमिंग ऑफ कोर्स। सो कुछ ने ये किया कि उनको ट्रेनीज के टाइटल से हटा के या आर्टिकल स्टूडेंट्स के टाइटल से हटा के परमानेंट एम्प्लॉइज कर लिया। सैलरी पर्क्स वगैरह वैसे ही रहने दिए लेकिन परमानेंट एम्प्लॉइज बना दिए। कुछ ने ये किया कि उनकी ट्रेनिंग को इंटर्नशिप्स में कन्वर्ट करके उनको कुछ अर्से के बाद कहा अच्छा चले हम रोटेट करते हैं, उनको किसी और डिपार्टमेंट में भेज दिया, राइट। और तब ये हुआ कि ज्यादा फाइनेंशियल एडवाइजरी में, ज्यादा टैक्सेशन में, ज्यादा ERP के डिवीजन में ACCA के ट्रेनीज को अकोमोडेट किया गया, ओके, बिकॉज वहां पे भी सर्विसेज चाहिए थी। अगर आपको सजीद के साथ अपनी कन्वर्सेशन याद हो तो ये भी डिस्कस हुआ था कि assurance business या audit business जो है that's a flat line for revenue, whereas financial advisory services, risk management or risk advisory services, ERP services, etc., they are a growing uh, a growing field as far as the work of firms is concerned. So ये वो facts हैं, ठीक है। अभी भी बहुत से मिसनॉर्मल्स हैं और मिसकंसेप्शंस हैं जो मार्केट में जानबूझ के फैलाए गए हुए हैं और इसका नुकसान सबसे ज्यादा उन लोगों को होता है जो इनको विदाउट इन्वेस्टिगेटिंग एज इट इज मान लेते हैं कि हाँ यार मेरे दोस्त ने कहा था ये किया है, ये इसकी ये वजह हुई होगी, राइट। So that's the reality. There is no ban. There never was. Okay. Wherever there is talent, that talent will be accepted, will be needed. चलिए जनाब, ठीक है, थैंक यू वेरी मच। अब हम यहाँ पर लेते हैं नमाज ब्रेक और उसके बाद वापस आएंगे। इन द मीनवाइल जो कुछ लोगों ने क्वेश्चंस टाइप किए हैं मैं उनका वापस आके नमाज से उनका खुद जवाब भी दूंगा, ठीक है जी। चलिए लेट्स टेक अ नमाज ब्रेक एंड 7:05 बाय माय वॉच, सो 7:15 वी विल मीट, 7:15, 7:15, ठीक है जी। All right, thank you very much for the wait. Let's very quickly resume our session. मैं अभी कुछ questions को answer कर रहा हूँ. मैं हसन के introduction में एक चीज mention करना चाहूँगा, and that is कि जो ACCA का strategic partnership agreement है with ICMAP. So Hassan Ashraf is our key point of contact from ACCA's side with ICMAP. So Hassan will have all the details about it. And when people ask this question, oh, can we open up an audit firm, quote unquote? If the question is, if can we open up a firm in Pakistan? Yes, ACCA members can open up a non-audit practice in Pakistan. A non-audit practice in Pakistan. Practice की definition में और बहुत सी services आती हैं जो audit के अलावा भी हैं. All right, so but if I want to open an audit firm, if that's the question, तो फिर उनके लिए आंसर ये है कि ACCA ने, जैसे अभी उस्मान ने मेंशन किया है इन द कमेंट, ACCA ने एक स्ट्रेटेजिक पार्टनरशिप एग्रीमेंट साइन किया है विद ICMAP, और through this strategic partnership agreement is fellow ACCA members can become ACMAs as well. Okay, and as a result, they can go on and open an audit firm in Pakistan. An audit firm in Pakistan. Okay. मुर्तज़ा, इसके कई रीजंस हैं जिनको हम डिटेल में किसी वक्त डिस्कस करेंगे. आज का हमारा सेशन है एथिक्स एंड प्रोफेशनल स्किल्स मॉड्यूल. लेट्स प्रोसीड ऑन टू दैट, और उसके बाद हम वापस आके ये डिस्कस करेंगे कि ये कितनी बड़ी मार्केट है जिसकी अपॉर्चुनिटी की हम इतनी बात करते हैं, राइट? ये ऑडिट फंक्शन जो है ये कितनी बड़ी मार्केट है, ये क्या कितना ग्लोरिफाइड फील्ड ऑफ वर्क है. सो इसके बारे में हम किसी और वक्त बात करेंगे. And of course the answer to that is that ये इतना बड़ा सेक्टर ऑफ वर्क नहीं है जितना इसको समझा गया है. एंड देयरफॉर ACCA के लिए बेहतरीन चीज ये है कि इस वक्त अंडर द सर्कमस्टेंसेस वी कंटिन्यू and strengthen ourselves in the corporate sector, right? 70% of ACCA members globally are employed in the corporate sector. Only less than 10% go into practice. Less than 10% members out of 2,27,000 have gone into practice. So ये याद रखिएगा. चलिए, अच्छा, Hassan, if we can have you back, and if we can ask you to lead the session.
Ji, thank you very much. Am I loud and clear?
Yes, and you may switch on your video as well. You were quite, your video was quite crisp today.
Well, actually, I'm just of the concern that, my internet quality may not going to deceive me once my video is on. That's the only reason I'm mindful of that. I have done it. Please let me know if it creates any sort of audibility challenges. So, thank you very much, Harun Saab. Once again, welcome everybody, all students, affiliates. It's so wonderful to have this opportunity. मैं different comments पढ़ रहा था. The very first question which was asked by Harun Saab, very important one, what you have learned so far, and I was listening to great responses from everybody who contributed. I have also made a note of few of the bites.
Sorry, Hassan, आपकी वाकई audio quality effect हो गई है. You can switch off your video. Sorry about that.
Yeah, so no problem, no problem. Is it better now? Ji, is it good? Okay. Thank you for the responses. Thank you so much. Right. So मैं कुछ बाइट्स का नोट ले रहा था जिसमें कंट्रीब्यूट किया गया. ब्रांड बिल्डिंग आपने सीखी, बिजनेस मॉडल कैनवस मॉडल सीखा, गोल सेटिंग सीखी, पैशन के मुतालिक सीखा, फोकस्ड रहने की क्या अहमियत है वो सीखा, पॉजिटिव माइंडसेट एंड सिमिलर थिंग्स. एक चीज जो मैं टू बिगिन विद कहना चाहूंगा और वो ये कि ऑलवेज ट्राई टू डेवलप अ सेंस ऑफ रिफ्लेक्शन इन यू. एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट सवाल पूछा था हारून साहब ने कि द आंसर्स दैट यू हैव गिवन आर वेरी डिस्क्रीट. सो फॉर एग्जांपल, जिस तरह हम लोग कोई टेक्स्ट बुक लेते हैं और उसका मटेरियल गो थ्रू करते हैं एंड वी मेमोराइज इट, and if somebody asks us what you have learned, we try to repeat all those sentences probably, or taglines or headlines that have gone through our eyes. That is what we know as discrete answers. ये बिल्कुल ऐसे ही है वो जिस तरह आपने फिल्म देखी होगी थ्री इडियट्स. सो उसके अंदर एक सीन है जिसमें आमिर खान से पूछा जाता है कि मशीन की डेफिनेशन बताएं. सो वो मशीन की जब डेफिनेशन बताता है तो वो रिफ्लेक्ट करता है, वो एक अपनी अंडरस्टैंडिंग को यूज करते हुए एक डेफिनेशन बताता है. वाइल ऑन दी अदर हैंड उस मूवी में जो मैसेज है, बहुत सारे मैसेजेस हैं. सो उस सीन में जो मैसेज है वो बेसिकली यही आइडेंटिफाई करता है कि वो जो दूसरा स्टूडेंट होता है क्लास का, वो बिल्कुल रटी रटाई डेफिनेशन फर सारी सुना देता है, जिसको हम व्हाट डू वी कॉल इट, मेरे ज़हन से नाम अभी निकल गया, क्रैम्पिंग कहते हैं, देयर इज अ नेम टू इट. तो इंपॉर्टेंट चीज ये अपनी सेंस ऑफ रिफ्लेक्शन डेवलप करें एज अ प्रोफेशनल स्टूडेंट. ये बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है कि आप क्या मैसेज ले रहे हैं. इल्म जो है वो इतना मल्टी डायमेंशनल है कि अगर दुनिया के 6 अरब लोग इस सेशन को सुन रहे हैं तो 6 अरब लोग मुख्तलिफ डायमेंशन से इस सारे मामले को देखने की सलाहियत रखते हैं. दैट्स द ब्यूटी एंड क्वालिटी ऑफ इट. सो इसलिए एक तो ये मैंने बात कहनी थी. दूसरा इंपॉर्टेंट चीज जिसके ऊपर मैं थ्रू आउट द सेशन फोकस कर रहा हूँ, दैट इज पॉजिटिविटी. बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है. कुछ स्टूडेंट्स ने, एफिलिएट्स ने इसका जिक्र भी किया कि उनको बताया गया कि पॉजिटिव माइंडसेट क्या होता है. एंड ट्रस्ट मी, दिस इज वन ऑफ द की टू सक्सेस इन लाइफ. क्योंकि उसकी वजह यह है कि अगर आप में पॉजिटिविटी नहीं है तो ट्रस्ट मी, नेगेटिविटी के लिए आपके पास बहुत सी चीजें हैं. There is not one thing in this world that can cause negativity. There are so many things. और पॉजिटिविटी ये होती है कि मैं अक्सर लोगों को कहता हूं कि 9/11 से 2 दिन बाद भी पाकिस्तानी नेशनल्स का अमेरिकन वीजा लगा हुआ है. अपेरेंटली अगर आप से कोई ये कहे कि क्या ऐसा मुमकिन है, तो जनरल आंसर होगा कभी नहीं, नेवर. लेकिन ऐसा हुआ है, ये फैक्ट है कि 9/11 के 2 दिन बाद अमेरिकन एम्बेसी इन पाकिस्तान हैज स्टैम्प्ड वीजा फॉर पाकिस्तान नेशनल्स, जो उस वक्त बहुत ज्यादा पाकिस्तान के ऊपर एक बैड इंप्रेशन था कि प्रोबेबली वी आर आल्सो समहाउ पार्ट ऑफ दैट एक्टिविटी. सो कहने का मतलब ये है कि पॉजिटिविटी इतनी इंपॉर्टेंट है, और मैं अभी जिक्र करूंगा रिमेनिंग स्लाइड्स में कि ये जो मॉड्यूल है ये कैसे आपके अंदर पॉजिटिविटी इनकलकेट करेगा. सो ये 2 चीजें जो मैंने सोचा था कि मैं आप लोगों के साथ शेयर करूंगा. और अब हम आगे चलते हैं. ये आप अपने सामने एक स्लाइड देख रहे हैं. एन इंडिविजुअल इज ट्राइंग टू टेक अ लीप बाय द वे ऑफ पोल वॉल्टिंग, हम इसको कहते हैं. ओलंपिक्स की एक गेम है. एक बड़े लंबे से पोल से आप एक हाई जंप कर रहे होते हैं. सो दैट्स व्हाई ये जो पोल वॉल्टिंग के जरिए इतनी बड़ी जंप ले रहा है, ये EPSM को रेजोनेट कर रहा है बेसिकली. एथिक्स एंड प्रोफेशनल स्किल्स मॉड्यूल तमाम स्टूडेंट्स और एफिलिएट्स के लिए यही काम करेगा जो इस वक्त ये पोल काम कर रहा है इस इंडिविजुअल के लिए, टू टेक दिस हाई जंप. कैसे, इसका जिक्र मैं इंशाल्लाह आइंदा आने वाली स्लाइड्स में करता हूं. So my professional introduction, you know my name and my designation already. It's been 14 years I'm working. I have worked across these sectors, which includes real estate development, telecommunication, education management, training somehow, uh, and specific functions if I talk about. So I started with network development in sales, then I did my necessary mandatory training in accounting and finance. Then I had an experience in working in the sales, then obviously trainings department of an educational institution, and finally customer services as well. So these are few areas where I have worked so far. और अभी जो मैं आपसे बात कर रहा हूँ वो इन 14 सालों में I had lot of mentors, I had lot of managers, I had lot of bosses, I had lot of people whom I have looked up to, who have taught me great things, and then my own reflection, which has always been there with me. So collective, accumulating all this knowledge, I will try to give you an idea why EPSM is important and what it includes. Our agenda would be like this, as you can see on your screens. What is EPSM module? So you already are familiar with what, why, and how model. That's very interesting. Almost, I'm also following this W family, so I'll give you an idea what is EPSM, why there is so much uproar about it, why there is so much talk about it, why it has become talk of the town, what is so serious about it, why is it important, particularly for students and affiliates, why one should spend time doing this, apart from the fact that this is a mandatory module for all current students and affiliates before they are able to become member. But I will not go to that rule book side of things, where ACC expects everybody to complete it. I will give you the importance from the lens that what it is going to give you. So every human being has been designed, programmed naturally, to think in a way that what am I going to get at the end of the day? What is my pound of flesh? What do I get? I mean, that's the most basic instinct of human beings. Everybody is interested to know that उसको क्या मिलेगा. So I'll tell you आपको क्या मिलेगा, और I trust me, आपको इतना कुछ मिलेगा कि आप इस सेशन को साइन ऑफ करने के बाद शायद पहला काम करेंगे EPSM स्टार्ट करने का. फिर उसके बाद, क्योंकि हमारे पास 2 सेशंस हैं, आज का सेशन है और उसके बाद हमारे पास एक थर्सडे का सेशन है. सो आई ऑल्सो टेक यू कि व्हाट इट कवर्स, इसका सिलेबस कंटेंट क्या है. इसका सिलेबस डॉक्यूमेंट आपके हैंड आउट सेक्शन के अंदर मेंशन है, वहां से आप इसको डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं. इसी तरह से हम आखिर में फिर आपके क्वेश्चन एंड आंसर भी लेंगे, लेकिन ऐसा नहीं है कि हम क्वेश्चन एंड आंसर आज नहीं लेंगे, हम इसको अभी भी इन बिटवीन भी ले रहे होंगे. जैसे मैं इन बिटवीन आपसे बहुत सारे जो सवालात हैं वो पूछ रहा हूँ. बट बिफोर आई मूव forward, there are few polls which I would like to run with all of you. So here you go. I am going to make the first one live for you, and I will request you if you can answer. So let's come give your response. Thank you very much. 10%, 19%, 22%, 25% have responded, 38%, 40. Thank you so much. 46, 49. Let them come in, coming in. 62%. Thank you very much. 63, 65, 73. We will be expecting at least 80%. Keep going, guys. Thank you. 75% have so far voted. 78. Thank you very much. Thank you. Let it come. 78. A couple of more clicks. Thank you very much. 79. All right, a couple of more clicks. It's been 1 minute. I'm going to close in less than 10 seconds. 81%. 83%. All right, so we are good with that. 83% response, 84%. Let me share the results with you. So this you can see, 30% have completed. That's very good indication. 8% says they are partway through it. 51% says they have not yet started it. So today's session is going to be very important for all of you who have not started it. And 11% says that they do not know about it. So for these 65% people, this is going to be extremely new, extremely important session. And for the 30% people who have completed it, I'm sure they are also going to learn a lot of new things, which I'm going to share with you today and in the next session. 8% are partway through it. That's very nice. So let me hide this and run the other poll with you. Thank you for your kind response. Now we go with the other one. Let's see how much those who have completed it or who have started it. So the poll is on your screen now. Give your consent. Tell me, what do you think is the right answer? Thank you. 5% response so far. Why? Is it a very difficult question? Please let your response come in. Thank you. 36%. Please keep clicking so that we know how much you know about EPSM. 67%, thank you very much. 70% have voted so far. Number of few clicks and then we close. It's been 1 minute since we launched this. 83%, thank you very much. I'm going to close this in next 10 seconds. So please, few more clicks before we do that. All right, so we have 85% response. Thank you very much. Let me share with you the outcome of this poll. So you can see on your screen, 60% understand it very correctly, that EPSM does all of the above, yet it supports applied skills exam. Yes, it is a bridge between applied skills and strategic professional. Yes, it helps you in employability. Yes, it helps you in preparing yourself for the modern workplace. So it does it all. So all the 60% people who have selected the last option, they were correct completely, but obviously all those who have selected other options, they were also not incorrect completely. So thank you very much for this quick idea about yourself, that how much you know about this EPSM. Now, before I move on to my slides, I would like to ask you a question, and you can share your response on the chat. And at the same time, I would pick few people to whom I would expect to answer this on the microphone as well. So, who inspires you in life? That is the first question I would like to put. कौन inspire करता है आपको? Any personality who inspires you. So please name the individual. It could be any individual, any celebrity, any leader, even your family member. That's nice. Thank you very much. Daniel, Sumera, Zishan, Javeria. All of these individuals are inspired by their family members, mostly their fathers. Very nice. Imran Khan, father, Prophet, peace be upon him. Thank you very much. Let it come. Okay, brothers, teachers, Ayubi, thank you. Your deceased father, I'm sorry for that. Khwaja Asif, thank you for your response. Grandfather, okay, thank you. Your father, Hassan and Hussain Nawaz, thank you very much. Prophet, peace be upon him. Your grandmother, your father, Jahangir Tareen, Prophet, peace be upon him. Right. Okay. Now, if I can ask somebody who has selected, peace be upon him. So Raja Mubashir, first one, and then we had another same response where somebody selected, Prophet, peace be upon him. Saima has also done that. I will request Nizam, if you could unmute Saima first and then Raja Mubashir. I would like to hear from these two individuals why the personality of Prophet, peace be upon him, inspires them. What is one, two big reasons I would like to hear. So Nizam, if you could kindly unmute Saima for that.
Saima, you are on self-mute. If you could come forth and unmute yourself. Thank you.
Yes, Saima, please go ahead, unmute yourself and share with me two big reasons which you feel that, the personality of Prophet, peace be upon him, inspires you.
Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
Hello. So can you hear me clearly?
I can. Please go ahead.
Okay. So the reason why Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam inspires me is the biggest reason is due to the positivity. He
Okay.
and the second one is kindness. He
Kindness.
never,
Thank you.
yeah, kindness.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Saima. G,
Yeah.
now if we can unmute Raja Mubashir, I think that's what the name was, if I'm not wrong. Yes. So, Nizam, I will request you if you can unmute Raja Mubashir and we can hear why he is really inspired. Two big reasons, and this should be different than Saima gave us. Ji Raja Mubashir.
Hello, can you hear me?
Ji, I can. Please go ahead.
Yes. The two big reasons that I have mentioned Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, to be my main role model is because number one, because of his honesty, and number two, because of his care for other people. I mean, uh, caring for other people more than his own self.
Very right, very right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Raja Mubashir, for this quick answer. All right. Now let me put to you another question. You know, what have you done to Raja Mubashir, if you can mute yourself? Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. So if I can put to you another question, if you can mute Raja Mubashir. So if I can put to you another question, very important, what is one thing that you have done up till now in your life to become like the one who you really are inspired with? So जिन लोगों ने आपको इंस्पायर किया है, आज तक आपने कौन सी एक एक्टिविटी ऐसी की है, कौन सा एक एक्शन ऐसा अपने अंदर इनकलकेट किया है जो उस पर्सनैलिटी में आप देखते हैं? जी बिल्कुल, हैबिट, मोहम्मद निशान, यू आर राइट, वेरी राइट. One habit which you have started doing. Sumaira Khalid says hard working. Thank you. Daniel says dedication. Okay. Zishan, any other comment? Please keep them coming. What is one habit, one action that you have inculcated in yourself, being inspired through that personality? Being honest at workplace. Thank you. Speak truth, truthfulness, being positive, truth, consistent, hard work, strong determination. That's very nice. Positivity, never lose hope, honest, being kind to all and behaving ethically. Thank you. Honest and hard work, consistent, meet people with open heart and with kindness, hard work, devotion, honest, sabr. Thank you. Let yourself keep going even if you are slow, but never stop moving towards the objective. Very right, Sohaib. Thank you very much. Helping others as much as I can, trying to bring modern agri techniques. Good one. Uh, Taqwa, thank you. Perseverance, thank you. Dureshawar says, try not to tell a lie. So, Dureshawar, do you feel that people are lying? So, if I can request Nizam to unmute Dureshawar, and I would like to listen to what she has to say. Why she is assuming that people may have a chance or may have an opportunity to lie on this. G Nizam, have we unmuted Dureshawar? Nizam, can you hear me?
Hey, Hassan, sorry, can you repeat to whom you want to
So there is
unmute?
Hello, Assalamualaikum.
Duresh. Ji
Am I
walaikum
audible,
assalam. Ji
sir?
Dureshawar. Yes, yes, you are.
Ji, sir. Actually, it's bit hard for me or for all of us to all the time say not to tell lie. What I believe soon after joining my office, or soon after joining job for the first time. So
Okay.
I'm I don't know what to say. Like I am not able to all the time say truth. Like 100%, I'm not sure whether I am telling lie or not. Uh, it's still
Okay.
I cannot say that I don't tell lie.
Okay. So you were talking about yourself, yet you are not going to lie, or you were talking about others that they should not lie.
No, whatever being a professional, I've considered myself that a person who is trying not to tell lie.
Okay. Okay. That's nice. That's nice.
Hmm.
That's very good. Thank you very much. You can put yourself on mute again. Thank you for your contribution. Strong determination, Aisha Yaqub. Thank you. Uh, do you think Jobians are liar? No, Zishan, she was talking about herself and not about others. It was my bad who I thought it wrong. I'm trying to improve Ikhlaq. Uh, Ipsam Ahmed Khan, thank you very much. I hope I have pronounced your name correctly. Uh, all right. So आपने मेरा काम बहुत आसान कर दिया. ट्रस्ट मी, अभी बाकी सेशन के अंदर मुझे कोई बहुत ज्यादा एफर्ट नहीं करनी पड़ेगी. उसकी वजह यह है कि आप सब ने पॉजिटिव चीजों को हाईलाइट किया है. आपने उन टाइमलेस प्रिंसिपल्स की बात की है जिसका मैंने आपसे जिक्र करना था. ये वो टाइमलेस प्रिंसिपल्स हैं, ये वो टाइमलेस वैल्यूज हैं जो चाहे हम आज से 1000 साल, 2000 साल, 5000 साल या इवन बिगिनिंग ऑफ ह्यूमैनिटी के पास पर चले जाएं, या हम आज से 100 साल बाद, 50 साल बाद के एक सुपर अल्ट्रा टेक्नोलॉजिकल दौर में बैठे हों, किसी भी टाइम के अंदर इन प्रिंसिपल्स की जो इम्पोर्टेंस है, इन वैल्यूज की जो इम्पोर्टेंस है, वो खत्म नहीं हो सकती. और इसीलिए जो चीज टाइमलेस है हमें हमेशा उसको फोकस करना चाहिए, क्योंकि वैसे तो हमें चेंज खुद को करना पड़ता है. जैसे जैसे जमाना बदलता है, एज सून एज टाइम चेंजेस, it is very important for each one of us to change ourselves as well so that we may remain relevant. और आप लोगों के लिए ये और भी ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट इसलिए है कि आप यू आर ऑन द एज of time, getting into a different reality altogether. हम टेक्नोलॉजी देख रहे हैं बहुत तेजी से हमारी लाइफ्स को ट्रांसफॉर्म कर रही है, हमारी प्रोफेशनल लाइफ्स को ट्रांसफॉर्म कर रही है. एंड बाय द टाइम यू गाइस विल be approaching work, and few of you has already approached work, you will be seeing a completely different professional environment. But still, having said that, इस तब्दीली के अलावा कुछ ऐसे टाइमलेस प्रिंसिपल्स हैं, कुछ ऐसी टाइमलेस वैल्यूज हैं जो कभी भी नहीं बदलती, और वो ह्यूमन सक्सेस के अंदर एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रोल प्ले करती हैं. जिस तरह आप सब लोगों ने पॉजिटिव नोट्स पिक किए, पॉजिटिव वैल्यूज पिक की अपने फैमिली मेंबर्स से, प्रॉफिट पीस बी अपॉन हिम की पर्सनालिटी से, या बहुत सी पर्सनालिटीज से जिनका आपने जिक्र किया, इसकी वजह यही है कि जो चीज आपको इंस्पायर कर रही है इन लोगों के अंदर, वो ये वैल्यूज है. अच्छी चीज ये है कि किसी ने ये नहीं कहा कि मुझे किसी इंडिविजुअल की जो है वो लुक इंस्पायर कर रही है सिर्फ, ऑल्दो वो भी इंस्पायर कर सकती है. किसी का हैंडसम होना, किसी का खूबसूरत होना, वो भी इंस्पायर कर सकता है. लेकिन आप सब लोगों की एक बहुत अच्छी चीज ये है कि जो चीज आपने पिक की है उस इंडिविजुअल में से जिससे आप इंस्पायर्ड हैं, वो कोई ना कोई पॉजिटिव वैल्यू है जिसने आपको इंस्पायर किया. और ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है कि नंबर वन, मैं हमेशा जिंदगी में कहता हूँ जिन लोगों ने आगे जाना है उनके लिए एक सोर्स ऑफ इंस्पिरेशन होना मस्ट है. अगर आपका सोर्स ऑफ इंस्पिरेशन नहीं है तो बिल्कुल ऐसे ही है कि एक जहाज जो है वो समुंदर के अंदर है और देयर इज नो लाइट हाउस. सो इंस्पिरेशन ऑलवेज वर्क्स लाइक अ लाइट हाउस. It gives you an idea how to navigate in difficult circumstances. It gives you an idea how to navigate ethically, morally, in all sorts of situations that you find yourself in. It gives you a navigation and idea that what it takes to become successful in your life. और ये बहुत important चीज है. Now moving forward, what is EPSM module? Let's come back to the EPSM, what it has to provide you. So the number one thing, it is an essential part of ACCA qualification, and it helps you in two ways. Number one is employability. All of you will be approaching job market very soon, those who are students, and few of you have already approached it. Employability and the need of employability does not stop when you have landed yourself in the first job or in the first training. It remains relevant for the rest of your professional career, because it's hardly going to be the case that you will be in one organization for the rest of your professional life. Every professional changes organization after a reasonable certain number of times, and according to few professional, this is also considered very appropriate that you should not stick with one organization for a long period of time, but it varies. Therefore, this ability to be able to employ yourself within the market is such important that it is going to be with you for the rest of your professional lives. Secondly, the other important thing that this module is going to give you is workplace effectiveness. So workplace effectiveness is important for everybody who want to grow in an organization. जिस तरह अक्सर लोग ये समझते हैं कि अच्छी जॉब ढूंढ पाना सबसे अहम और सबसे मुश्किल काम है। मेरे 14 साल के एक्सपीरियंस में मैंने ये रियलाइज किया है, कंक्लूड किया है कि उससे भी ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट और बाज दफा डिफिकल्ट सिचुएशन होती है विद इन एन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ग्रो करना, क्योंकि एक जॉब तो आपको मिल गई एज टू बिगिन विद। अब असल सवाल ये है कि आप परफॉर्म कैसे करते हैं, हाउ यू डू पीपल मैनेजमेंट, how skillful you are in terms of your emotional intelligence, how creative you are, how much you are able to stretch yourself, and how much you are able to create value for the wider organization. That will give employer enough material that he or she considers that you should be grown to the next level. So ये मॉड्यूल दोनों सिचुएशंस को बहुत इफेक्टिवली एड्रेस करता है, और ये आपकी रेस्ट ऑफ प्रोफेशनल लाइफ में आपको काम आनी है। इस मॉड्यूल के अंदर 9 डिफरेंट यूनिट्स हैं, और उसके बाद 10th यूनिट जो है वो असेसमेंट का है। तमाम करंट स्टूडेंट्स और अफिलिएट्स जिन्होंने पिछला प्रोफेशनल एथिक्स मॉड्यूल कंप्लीट नहीं किया, जिनके लिए ये रेलेवेंट है, उन्होंने इन तमाम 10 यूनिट्स को कंप्लीट करना है। और एक इसका जिस तरह मैंने जिक्र किया कि जो एक मैंडेटरी रिक्वायरमेंट है एसीसीए क्वालिफिकेशन की, कि आप मेंबर नहीं बन सकते जब तक आप इसको कंप्लीट ना करें। आगे बढ़ते हैं। इट वाज अ क्विक इंट्रोडक्शन, नथिंग मोर ऑन दैट। नाउ द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट, व्हाई। सबसे पहला व्हाई, जिस तरह अभी आपने पोल में देखा, this module has been designed in such a way that it acts as a bridge between applied skill level and strategic professional level. And I will share with you in upcoming slides how research has proved that this is a bridge. And that's why if you had seen the picture on the title slide, there was this gap which the man was trying to cross through that pole venting option. And that's why I told you then कि ये जो EPSM मॉड्यूल है, ये जो है वो आपके लिए एक लीप का काम करेगा टू एक ब्रिज का काम करेगा टू फुलफिल और टू ब्रिज द गैप। बिलावल, मैं इसलिए इसको मैक्सिमाइज नहीं कर रहा बिकॉज आई वांट के जो क्वेश्चन पैनल है वो ओपन रहे, ताकि हम साथ साथ कमेंट्स भी देखते रहें और हम उसको रिस्पॉन्ड भी करते रहें। मेरा ख्याल है बाकी लोगों को नहीं आ रहा है वॉइस का इशू, जिसको आ रहा है वो काइंडली रिफ्रेश कर ले, बिकॉज आई विल बी काउंटिंग ऑन ऑर्गेनाइजर्स। मैं निज़ाम और जो है वो मुतहिद जो हमारे साथ ऑर्गेनाइजिंग टीम में हैं उनके फीडबैक को काउंट कर रहा हूँगा। अगर कोई कनेक्टिविटी इशू है तो प्लीज मुझे अलर्ट कर दें, निज़ाम और मुतहद, अगर कोई भी कनेक्टिविटी का इशू आता है तो। नाउ एज आई सेड कि
just a short header. बिलावल, आप इसको जूम कर सकते हैं, जिनको इशू आ रहा है you can zoom the picture with your phone or with your laptop. It's doable. Thank you.
Thank you, Nizam. So this acts as a bridge. तमाम स्टूडेंट्स जिन्होंने अप्लाइड स्किल के एग्जाम्स पास कर लिए हैं और स्ट्रेटेजिक प्रोफेशनल की प्रेपरेशन कर रहे हैं, उनके लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कि वो इस प्रेपरेशन को स्टार्ट करने से पहले एथिक्स एंड प्रोफेशनल स्किल्स मॉड्यूल को कंप्लीट करें, बिकॉज दैट इज द लॉजिकल कंस्ट्रक्शन ऑफ एंटायर ACCA जर्नी। क्यों इंपॉर्टेंट है मैं अभी आपको थोड़ी देर में बताता हूँ। सो फॉर एग्जाम्पल दिस स्लाइड विल गिव यू एन आइडिया, मैं सारे इसके अंदर कॉलम्स को पढ़ूंगा नहीं, बट दिस गिव्स यू एन आइडिया कि ये तमाम एग्जाम्स हैं स्ट्रेटेजिक प्रोफेशनल लेवल के। देयर आर 6 एग्जाम्स एज यू कैन सी, एंड अगेंस्ट ईच एग्जाम in each row you can find how EPSM is going to support you in that particular exam. So for example, मैं एग्जाम्पल के तौर पे एक पढ़ देता हूँ आपके लिए कि अगर आप SBL का एग्जाम दे रहे हो तो जो यूनिट 7 है EPSM का, इट टॉक्स अबाउट डेटा एनालिटिक्स, जो एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट स्किल है टुडे एंड गोइंग फॉरवर्ड। इतनी इंपॉर्टेंट है कि अब मुस्तकबिल में और हाल में भी, आज भी जो CFOs हैं, जो फाइनेंशियल मैनेजर्स हैं, उनको डेटा साइंटिस्ट कहा जा रहा है। These are people who eventually are responsible to understand and interpret the data. None of you will be expected to post double entries. None of you will be expected to draw trial balances. None of you will be expected to develop balance sheets manually. Everything is computerized. A simple accounting officer is punching in the information into a system which may be based on Oracle or SAP, and that software is going to give you all sorts of reports. That is the accounting environment that accountants, professional accountants are dealing with for quite some time now. And this automation through technology is only going to increase in future. So therefore, the job that you will be doing as professional accountant is not about posting entries, drawing balance sheets, trial balances, developing cash flow reports, making reconciliations, etc. All this has now been automated. Therefore, you will be known as data scientist. Why? Because your job will be to interpret this data. Your job will be to deduct and to make sure that the information, the data hidden and the patterns hidden in the data are visible through you to the senior management so that they can take relevant and informed decisions. Similarly, SPR, similarly AFM, similarly APM, all these 6 exams are one way or the other going to be supported by this module. And you can see unit 4, unit 3, unit 6, unit 1, different units of ethics and professional skills module are going to help you in passing strategic professional exam. And what does the research says? The chance of passing exams at strategic professional level will be improved by 25%. So that's not a small percentage. The chances of you passing an exam at strategic professional level will be increased by 25%. So you can very well imagine the importance of completing this EPSM module and assessment is at this point in time, because in any case, you will have to complete it, because you cannot be a qualified ACCA chartered certified accountant unless you do not complete it. So when you have to do it, why not do it at a time which is best placed for this module? And the time is now. Before moving forward, may I ask you, how many of you have to give strategic professional exams and how many? So if you can type in the answer in the chat box in the question panel, कितने पेपर आप लोगों के रहते हैं? Just write the abbreviation. So if it is SPL, SPR, AFM, so that I may have an idea आपने कितने एग्जाम्स अभी पास करने हैं, कितने पेपर हैं जो अभी आपने देने हैं of strategic professional. You are an affiliate. Thank you, Mohammed Safir. Last SPL in September 20. Okay. AAA, SPL, AFM. Okay. You are an affiliate. Alhamdulillah. Thank you, Nimra. All four are remaining. Maria, thank you. You are an affiliate. Hasib. SPL. Okay. 3 exams are remaining. Shuaib, thank you. Okay. Affiliate. AFM and advanced taxation. Aisha, thank you. All strategic papers, right? Okay. SPR, AAA, AFM, all right. ACC affiliate, okay. 5 papers left. Okay, so all of you जिनके strategic professional exams रह गए हैं, उनके लिए बहुत important है कि वो इन एग्जाम्स को अटेम्प्ट करने से पहले, अब जिन्होंने सितंबर में एग्जाम देना है वो भी इसको अभी स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं. इट विल बी अ मैटर ऑफ स्ट्रेचिंग योरसेल्फ टू सम एक्सटेंट, लेकिन इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि आप इसको उससे पहले करें. इट इज गोइंग टू गिव यू वेरी हेल्प इन पासिंग दीज एग्जाम्स. अच्छा, अब कुछ और फैक्ट्स. बाज दफा होता यह है कि जब हम EPSM की बात करते हैं तो पहला सवाल होता है कि ये मॉड्यूल है, इसके अंदर क्या करना होगा, ये कैसे होगा, बहुत बोरिंग है, कितना टाइम लगेगा, ये एक ही दफा में करना पड़ेगा, वगैरह वगैरह. सो ये कुछ फैक्ट्स हैं जो मैं आपके साथ शेयर कर रहा हूँ स्क्रीन पे. सबसे पहले तो ये कि आप स्टूडेंट्स हैं, अफिलिएट्स हैं, तो आप इसको एक्सेस कर सकते हैं. आपने इसको एक्सेस करना है माई ACCA अकाउंट के थ्रू. माई ACCA अकाउंट में लेफ्ट हैंड साइड पे अब जो नया इंटरफेस डेवलप हुआ है उसमें माई क्वालिफिकेशंस के टैब में आपको इसकी एक्सेस मिल जाएगी. दूसरी चीज, ऑन एवरेज ACCA ने ये कैलकुलेट किया है कि इट टेक्स अबाउट 20 आवर्स टू कंप्लीट दिस मॉड्यूल, बट दैट इज नॉट कंपल्सरी. You can complete it in 40 hours as well. You can complete it in 10 hours as well. Now, this is very important and understand this very clearly. There is one way of swallowing information, and we, being in the information age, are now habitual of swallowing so much information because it's available on our fingertips. The moment we open our mobile phone and we go to any application, whether it is Facebook, whether it's Insta, whether it is Twitter, whether it is LinkedIn, what we come across is loads and loads of information. We keep on scrolling up and it keeps on going. There is no end. It keeps on going. If you have a good quality internet, you will notice, try this sometimes, there is no stop. There is nothing stopping Twitter to that it will says now it's ended. So you all have access to loads and loads of information. Now naturally, human beings, what they do, they start swallowing it when there is so much on the plate. This is something natural. And therefore today human beings are no different, and they are habitual of swallowing information. And all types of people, all age bracket people, it's not about young people only, it's about everyone, because there is so much information. Therefore there is another way: prioritize. There is so much information, I agree, and obviously you have to absorb most of it, I agree, but prioritize what is important for you in that particular point in time. All the professionals, whether they are students or employed, whether they work for another organization or they have their own organization, all of them follow one principle very eagerly, and that is prioritization. You cannot do everything at the same time. You have to have a priority list that what is important how much time should I give to this particular piece of information, and how much attention and time should I give to this particular piece of information. This is where you need to have a quick decision making process built in your unconscious mind. This was not necessary for professionals who worked 20 years ago, but this will be very essential for you to develop this skill of spontaneity, of deciding what to focus on and what to leave for now. That is going to be very important. Therefore, all those who prioritize take enough information that they can chew easily, absorb it completely, and take meaning out of it are going to be the ones who have taken the maximum advantage of that information available. अगर आप इंफॉर्मेशन ओवरलोड में फंस जाएंगे तो उसके बाद क्या होगा कि आप सिर्फ स्वेलो करते जाएंगे, और जब आपसे पूछा जाएगा कि आपने क्या सीखा, क्या समझा, you will be blank. You would have no clue what you actually have gone through because there is so much that you have absorbed. Therefore, हम ये रेकमेंड करते हैं कि आप इसको 20 आवर्स से भी अगर 5 घंटे 2 घंटे ज्यादा लगते हैं तो आप स्पेंड करें. इंपॉर्टेंट ये नहीं है कि ये एक मैंडेटरी रिक्वायरमेंट है और आपने इसको अपने सर से उतारना है, बिकॉज फिर जो मैंने दो चीजें प्रीवियसली मेंशन की, एम्प्लॉयबिलिटी और वर्क प्लेस इफेक्टिवनेस, वो आप अपने अंदर डेवलप नहीं कर पाएंगे. रेस्ट अश्योर्ड, ये मैं आपको अश्योरेंस दे सकता हूँ, बिकॉज मैं इस मॉड्यूल को के मुतालिक ट्रेन कर रहा हूँ पिछले 2 साल से. खास तौर पे मैंने ये खुद भी कंप्लीट किया है. मैंने इसके ऊपर बहुत सारे लाइव सेशंस ALPs पे जाके डिलीवर किए हैं. आई कैन अश्योर यू, और ऑब्वियसली मेरा 7 साल का पढ़ाने का एक्सपीरियंस है ACCAs को यूनिवर्सिटी के लेवल पे. आई नो कि एक स्टूडेंट की कैपेसिटी क्या होती है, वो कितनी देर में इस मॉड्यूल को कर पाएगा, और मैं इसीलिए इवन रेकमेंड करता हूं कि आप 20 घंटों से भी ज्यादा टाइम इसके ऊपर स्पेंड करें. दूसरी इसकी अच्छी चीज ये है कि इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है कि आपने इसको एक ही दफा ऑन करना है और एक ही दफा क्लोज करना है. यू कैन डू इट बिट बाय बिट, स्लो एंड स्टेडी. देयर इज नो रश. आप इसको बेशक अगले 3 हफ्तों महीनों में कंप्लीट करें. सो फॉर एग्जांपल, जिन लोगों ने अभी सितंबर एग्जाम देना है वो इसका एक यूनिट कोई स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं, आहिस्ता आहिस्ता दूसरा यूनिट, फिर तीसरा यूनिट. सो टेक योर टाइम, गो स्लो, ट्राई टू लर्न एंड रिफ्लेक्ट द immense amount of understanding knowledge which is in there in this content. Then एक और important चीज कि it is fun, it is engaging. इसके अंदर बहुत सारी ऐसी एक्सरसाइजेज हैं जो आपको आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स सोचने पर मजबूर करेंगी, जो आपको बताएंगी कि आप कितने क्रिएटिव हैं, जो आपके लिए एक आई ओपनर होंगी. ACCA टाइम लिमिट इसलिए शो करता है 7, बिकॉज वो आपको ये बता रहा होता है कि इतना टाइम आपने स्पेंड कर दिया है. अदरवाइज कोई कंपल्शन नहीं है कि आपने इसको 20 घंटों में ही करना है. You can do it in more than 20 hours as well. So go slow. So therefore, this is the right time for all of you to start EPSM, because it is very easy, it is very accessible, and it will give you immense amount of understanding how to remain employable, number one, and how to become workplace effective. These two things. Thank you, Shweb, for your comment. Definitely, it is very engaging. Now, before I move forward, I would like to ask you, do you know what it is meant by standing out, and how many of you have tried in your life ever to stand out? So type yes if you have tried to stand out ever in your life so far. Thank you, Zishan. You just booked it. This is the kind of proactivism and motivation we always encourage. Okay, so Zakiullah Kifaya, thank you. Yes, you have tried. Okay, Raja Mubashir have tried. Okay, Murtaza Hussaini, why don't take a session on real ethical and professional issues we have in Pakistan? Rabia Sharif, yes, thank you, Rabia. Thank you, Murtaza, for your comment. Faisal Muhammad, thank you. Saima, thank you. Yes, you have. Okay. So now I would again then request Nizam if he can unmute Faisal Muhammad, followed by Rabia Sharif. I would like to hear how they have tried to stand out and what it took and what was the result. So, Nizam, if you could unmute Faisal Muhammad first.
Faisal Mohammed, you can unmute yourself now.
Assalamu alaikum.
Ji Faisal Muhammad. Walaikum assalam.
I try to, by attending ACCA sessions, trying to be connected with ACCA members, affiliates, and try to enhance my soft skill as well by attending sessions and studies as well.
Okay, okay. Thank you very much. Ji, if I now can request to unmute Rabia, and I would like to hear something interesting as well. So कहीं किसी event पे आप गए हो, आपने कोई बहुत creative सा dress पहना हो, so things like that, something which is out of the ordinary, and जिसके ऊपर फिर आपको बहुत ज़्यादा applaud मिला हो, कोई event खुद आपने create किया हो. So if we can hear from Rabia.
Hello.
Ji Rabia.
So it's about back in 2014 that I've arranged an corporate event. वो basically वो event basically मेरे father की company के लिए था कि मेरे father एक distribution रिलेटेड बिजनेस में हैं, तो उससे रिलेटेड एक इवेंट मैंने ऑर्गेनाइज किया था फॉर 140 पीपल. सो इट वाज अ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग इवेंट और उसे काफ़ी लोगों ने अप्रिशिएट किया था. उसके बाद काफ़ी लोगों ने मुझे इस चीज़ में काफ़ी अप्रिशिएट किया था कि मुझे इस चीज़ को परस्यू करना चाहिए, इवेंट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को, इवेंट ऑर्गेनाइज करने.
एक क्या ऐसी चीज थी उस इवेंट की which helped you stand out? कोई एक एस्पेक्ट बताएं उस इवेंट का.
Sir, I was at that time I have no experience or knowledge that corporate events किस लेवल के होते हैं या किस तरह के होते हैं. तो उसमें जो इंटरैक्टिव पार्ट्स थे या जो उसका पूरा एक डेकोरम था, उस इवेंट का इन्वायरमेंट या डेकोरम था या उस चीज़ को बहुत अप्रिशिएट किया गया था कि जिस तरह से जो पैनाफ्लेक्सिस थे उनकी डिजाइनिंग पैनाफ्लेक्सिस की जिस तरह से थी. और
कितने घंटे आपने काम किया था इस इवेंट को ऑर्गेनाइज करने के लिए रफली?
Sir, it took me 3 to 4 days.
And days mean 12 hours a day, 10 hours a day, 14 hours a day? How was
approximately
like it?
8 to 9 hours per day.
Okay,
मतलब हर चीज को डिजाइन करना, जिस तरह से पैनिफ्लेक्सिस को डिजाइन करना होता था, एडवर्टाइजमेंट से रिलेटेड चीजें देखना होता था, या फिर गेस्ट लिस्ट को डिजाइन करना होता था, वो चीजें इनविटेशंस देखना, तो उसमें 8 to 9 hours per day का होता था.
Thank you so much. If I can request Mutahid to unmute Saad. I would like to hear this interesting themed birthday that he did for his nephew. So if you could kindly unmute Saad.
Saad, you can unmute yourself.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can, Saad. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I arranged last 2 years back. I arranged birthday party for my nephew. Special theme birthday party. It's like it's a Batman theme. Specially arranged for him. So it's a great experience for me. And I make all decoration pieces and the charts. Like I spent almost 10 hours from 9 to 9, like whole night after from job. So it's a great experience.
Very nice, very nice. I really love.
And when he saw
the idea of Batman.
मेरा जो टाइम था वो मुझे मतलब 10 घंटे जो मैंने उस पर लगाया, जब वो बच्चे मैंने देखा तो मेरा पैसे पूरे हो गए इन शॉर्ट.
हाँ बिल्कुल बिल्कुल ऐसे ही है. Thank you so much, Saad. It's very lovely to hear from you. So why I wanted you to give me your input or your past stories of standing out. एक कॉमन चीज है जो आपने समझनी है सबने. स्टैंड आउट करना आसान नहीं है. स्टैंड आउट करने के लिए आपको टाइम स्पेंड करना पड़ता है, आपको एफर्ट स्पेंड करनी पड़ती है, आपको स्ट्रेच करना पड़ता है खुद को. एंड ट्रस्ट मी, पिछले 14 साल में जब से मैं काम कर रहा हूं, और अगर मैं इनफॉर्मल वर्क भी इंक्लूड करूं तो पिछले इफेक्टिवली 16 साल से मैंने बहुत ज्यादा लोगों को इतना हार्ड वर्क करते हुए नहीं देखा. बहुत ज्यादा लोगों को मैंने स्टैंड आउट करते नहीं देखा. और आप भी अपने इर्द गिर्द अगर नजर दौड़ाएंगे, you will come to know that there you hardly find people who are willing to stretch themselves, that they are able to stand out. अब ख्वाहिश सबकी है that he or she should stand out. उसको वो इंपॉर्टेंस मिले, उसको वो स्पॉटलाइट मिले, चाहे हम सैलरी की बात करें. अभी सब आप यहाँ पे 6 डिजिट्स प्रोग्राम का पार्ट हो. जिस तरह एक पार्टिसिपेंट ने कहा कि उसने स्टैंड आउट किया है बाय ज्वाइनिंग दिस प्रोग्राम. वेरी राइट. बिकॉज अभी स्टूडेंट्स और अफिलिएट्स की एक बहुत बड़ी तादाद है. हम यहाँ पे सिर्फ मेरा ख्याल है अभी 60-70 लोगों से बात कर रहे हैं रात के शाम के इस वक्त पहर में. यस, देयर आर अबाउट 69 पीपल. आप 69 लोग मुख्तलिफ हैं उन सब लोगों से, हंड्रेड्स एंड हंड्रेड्स ऑफ देम, जिनके पास ये ईमेल्स गई होंगी, बट उन्होंने इसको पिक नहीं किया. यस, दिस इज वन वे ऑफ स्टैंडिंग आउट. एंड आई एम श्योर, ट्रस्ट मी, अगर आप, जिस तरह एक कमेंट बड़ा वैलिड आया था स्टार्ट में, इफ यू रिमेन कंसिस्टेंट ऑन दिस प्रोग्राम, क्योंकि मैं जब इसका पहला प्रोग्राम हुआ था उसका भी पार्ट था, मैंने उन मेंबर्स की प्रोग्रेशन देखी है. वंडरफुल. तो ये कोई आज से 100 साल पुरानी बात नहीं है, ये अभी कल की बात है. हार्डली 8-9 महीने हुए हैं. आई कैन अश्योर यू, अगर आप कंसिस्टेंट रहते हैं, इसके ऊपर लर्न करते हैं, डाइजेस्ट करते हैं, और रिफ्लेक्शन के थ्रू अपने वे ऑफ डूइंग थिंग्स को चेंज करते हैं, you will be far far ahead than those who didn't bother to join this program. Similarly, एक बर्थडे पार्टी, एक तरीका बर्थडे पार्टी अरेंज करने का क्या है? नियरेस्ट अच्छी बेकरी से केक लें, साथ ही जो है वो 2-3 मोमबत्तियां लें और केक ला के काट लें. वो भी एक बर्थडे पार्टी है. घर के 10 अफराद हैं, 5 अफराद हैं, कजन्स हैं, एक बर्थडे पार्टी आपने अभी सुनी है. इसी तरह से एक कॉर्पोरेट इवेंट का आपने एग्जांपल सुना. ठीक है, जो 3 से 4 दिन का टाइम इन्वेस्ट हुआ, जिसमें ब्रांडिंग मटेरियल की डिजाइनिंग, जिसके अंदर बैकड्रॉप की डिजाइनिंग, जिसके अंदर हर थीम, एम्बियंस, डेकोर, इन सारी चीजों का ख्याल रखा गया. एक दूसरा तरीका ये भी होता है इवेंट करने का, किसी भी होटल को जाकर कहो कि हमारा इवेंट है फलां तारीख को, पैसे बताएं, पैसे तय करें, उसके बाद उनको कहें जी इतने लोग आएंगे, इतने लोगों का खाने का अरेंजमेंट कर दे. ये भी इवेंट होता है. बट स्टैंड आउट कौन कर रहा है? जो टाइम इन्वेस्ट कर रहा है, जो मेहनत इन्वेस्ट कर रहा है. मैं आपको अश्योरेंस के साथ बता सकता हूं दैट इन माय लाइफ so far, in last 16 years of my practical life, I have seen majority of the people जो चाहते स्टैंड आउट करना है, मगर उनकी एफर्ट ऑर्डिनरी लोगों से भी कम होती है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, विदाउट बीइंग डायरेक्ट टू एनीवन, मैं बेशुमार ACCA एफिलिएट स्टूडेंट से इंटरैक्ट कर रहा हूं पिछले 7-7.5 साल से, खास तौर पे ACCA में. उससे पिछले 6 साल में मैंने ACCS को पढ़ाया. 13 साल में मैंने सैकड़ों की तादाद में स्टूडेंट्स के साथ इंटरैक्ट किया, शायद हजारों में किया, बल्कि 1 से ज्यादा शहरों में, आधे से ज्यादा पाकिस्तान में ये इंटरेक्शन फैली हुई है. सो यू कैन हैव माय वर्ड फॉर दैट. देयर इज अ बिग मेजॉरिटी जिसको एक सिंपल एप्लीकेशन नहीं लिखनी आती. देयर इज अ मेजॉरिटी, देयर इज अ सर्टेन परसेंटेज जिनको अपना बेसिक CV नहीं बनाना आता. तो मैं उनसे ये सवाल करता हूं कि आपको सैलरी चाहिए एक प्रोफेशनल अकाउंटेंट की, और आप CV बना रहे हैं वो कि शायद एक जो प्राइवेट BA पास है वो भी इससे बेहतर CV बना लेगा. ख्वाहिश आपकी स्टैंड आउट करने की है, एफर्ट आपकी ऑर्डिनरी लोगों से भी कम है. क्या आपने कभी जिंदगी में सुना है किसी सक्सेसफुल इंसान के बारे में जिसने कोई एफर्ट ना की हो और वो फिर भी सक्सेसफुल रहा हो? ऐसा तो नहीं है। सो इसलिए ये ईपीएसएम मॉड्यूल अगर आप तसल्ली से करते हैं, तरीके से करते हैं, इट विल हेल्प यू टू स्टैंड आउट, बिकॉज इट विल गिव यू अ ब्लेंड ऑफ राइट ब्लेंड ऑफ स्किल्स, जिनका मैं अगले सेशन में नेक्स्ट डे पे जिक्र करूंगा। इट इंक्रीजेस योर एम्प्लॉयबिलिटी, मैं अभी बताता हूं कैसे। इट सपोर्ट स्ट्रेटेजिक प्रोफेशनल एग्जाम्स, मैंने जिक्र कर दिया। इट गिव्स यू रियल वर्ल्ड सिनेरियो। रियल वर्ल्ड सिनेरियो मींस कि अक्सर हम ये बात सुनते हैं कि थ्योरी में जो कुछ आप पढ़ रहे हैं, वॉट एवर यू आर स्टडिंग इन योर बुक, द प्रैक्टिकल वर्ल्ड इज गोइंग टू बी वेरी डिफरेंट आउट देयर. This is another beauty of this module, that it is not going to give you theoretical definitions. There will be few theoretical definitions, 10% as a refresher of your knowledge. 90% of this content is real world. So there are two people, Tony and Gary. One is audit supervisor, one is audit manager, and they are talking about a report which has to be furnished to the partner about the audit of a certain client. Now they are in a situation where there is a deadlock. One individual is proposing one course of action, the other is proposing another course of action. You as an advisor have been tasked to resolve this situation, right? So this is another beauty of this real world scenario. And then it will tell you how to create value, and that is also a very important subject, because usually क्या होता है, we always want something for ourselves first before we wish to share something with others. आप में से जो लोग ट्रेनिंग पे होंगे इस वक्त, एफिलिएट्स हैं, उनके दिमाग में ये होगा कि कब हमारा एम्प्लॉयर हमारी सैलरी बढ़ाएगा। सबके ज़हन में ये होगा। राइट? बट किसी के माइंड में ये ख्याल नहीं आएगा कि मैं एम्प्लॉयर के लिए एडिशनल वैल्यू क्या क्रिएट कर सकता हूं। सो we are about to close this, as today we cannot go longer than 8:30. In the last 10 minutes that we have, I would like to talk to Murtaza Hussaini. So since he is a very participating member, I would like to ask him few questions. So if Nizam, if you could unmute Murtaza, and I may speak to him. Thank you.
Murtaza, please, you can unmute yourself.
Hello.
Hi Murtaza, how are you?
I am fine. How are you?
I'm very well. Thank you very much. You have been so participative. It's so good to see your comments, and I'm also enjoying it.
Simultaneously being funny.
Yeah. There is no harm. It's always good to be humorous. I wanted to ask one question from you. Are you employed, working somewhere? Are you a trainee, or you are studying?
I'm studying, and I have also done some trainings.
Okay, so where did you do any training?
I've done training in a firm and a trust hospital, and in a corporate industry which is a pharmaceutical.
Very nice. मुर्तजा, मुझे ये बताएं, and for everybody जो कि सुन रहे हैं, जब फार्मास्यूटिकल फर्म में आप काम कर रहे थे, what was one value that you created for that organization?
Well, that's a thing. That was my first internship.
Okay, so as an internee, क्या value आपने create किया at operational level? क्योंकि obviously आप किसी managerial position पे नहीं थे, but at the operational level, कोई एक ऐसी value जो आप create कर पाए हो for that organization during that time?
Well, it was not enough value, because those people who are working there, already are valuable. So my value will not count it as a very much, you know. So that's the thing.
So don't you think they hired you as an internee? They brought you on board to make sure that you are going to create some value for them as an internee. I mean, even if it is about sorting few files for their record, I mean, that's also creating a value. So obviously, each employee or internee, which whosoever is hired, is supposed to create some sort of basic value. You know, across the board, all companies in the world, whenever they recruit trainees, at the back of their mind there are two things. One, this individual will be able to qualify, and the other one is that this individual will be able to help the existing team members in creating some sort of value. So these are two clear objectives in the minds of people who recruit trainees. So what value were you able to create?
The value that I have given was that I was an issue on SAP. So they were not using the shortcuts that were available in the SAPs. So that's one thing that I have done. Second is that I think their this filing sortation of their files were very much impressive. So I have learned it from them, and filing is the one thing that I have learned there.
Okay, so that is a value that they contributed to your learning landscape, that they taught you how to sort out the files. But on the contrary, you obviously did something on the shortcuts for them,
Yeah,
right?
industry. Yeah, we can see. I have seen that many industry companies and organizations are very much giving done very much impressive in valuing us, but there are issues with firms. There are issues
No, no,
very much.
you are misunderstanding my point of view as value. Value creation, creating value means doing something
Yeah,
which would
value
add
also
benefit.
giving and
So
giving. Yeah.
as you said that you taught people there how to use shortcuts. So this is something adding value to the existing landscape. Thank you very much. You can put yourself back on mute. So the point I was trying to drive home before wrapping today's conversation is that always think from this mindset. How can you create value? Either you go somewhere as a trainee, as an employee, as a guest. What value can you create in the lives of people? And there is a reciprocation natural principle. There is a documentary which goes by the name of The Biggest Secret or The Big Secret. Search out for this documentary. The development of this documentary was supported by one of the presidents of United States of America. Then I couldn't remember his name, but this secret documentary, I mean, it tells you how you can achieve in your life big things that you dream about. And the biggest principle it suggests is that create value in the lives of the people. There will be a reciprocation principle that the value will come back to you automatically. You don't need to worry about yourself. सो अगर आप लोगों की लाइफ में वैल्यू ऐड कर रहे हैं, आपको अपनी जिंदगी में वैल्यू एडिशन की जरूरत नहीं है, वो ऑटोमेटिकली रेसिप्रोकेशन के प्रिंसिपल से आप तक वापस आ जाएगी. सो ये मॉड्यूल आपको हेल्प करेगा in trying to create value. How you at your organizations, in your college, in your classroom can create value. Yes, definitely. I will look into it and I will share the link on the next session, Mohammed Zishan. That's not a problem. I'll do that. The name of the documentary, Faisal, is The Secret. I will give you the link in the next session. That is a wonderful documentary from every aspect. There is a lot of good information that you will have an understanding about. It's talk about passion. It talks about so many good things. So I'll give you the link in the next session. But for now, we are going to wrap this session up for today, and we will continue from here in the next session. And we will continue the conversation on ethics. As Murtaza was mentioning, we should discuss some of the ethical issues surrounded by the Pakistan. So I'll touch base upon the national landscape as well. I'll talk about ethics, I'll talk about personality ethics, I'll talk about character ethics, and I'll talk about some timeless principles which you already know and which are visible on the slide in front of your screens as well. Before we wrap it up, I would like to ask any final questions for today before we move on. Any final question, any final comments? Yes, Murtaza, I do agree with you. That's why we are trying to make maximum people talk on this, and we will continue with this rhythm on the next session as well. Equivalence members, yes, Raja Mubashir, equivalence is only valid after you have done your ACCA, completing your 12 years of education. Good session, thank you very much. Yes, the secret 2006, Usman Khalid, you are quick. That's like a technology man, that's like a 21st century guy. You found it right there. Thank you, Aisha, great session. Should a student complete the new EPSM who has already completed the previous? Yes, definitely, most definitely. Obviously, it would not be a mandatory requirement, Saima, but the kind of value it offers, most definitely you should start it and complete it. I have completed it once. I am doing it again from a different account. So you can imagine how I am, thrilled by this content. So definitely, fees for EPSM 65 thanks Duresh Avar. Okay, many are afraid of the fear destroying intellectual creativity. Very right, Murtaza. We will also touch upon this in the next session. Stay tuned. Great session. Thank you very much. Now interested in EPSM will be done soon, inshallah. Thank you. Good session. Thank you. Is there any letter of equivalence after ACCA completion? You don't need to have a letter of equivalence, as I said earlier on. It is now automatic. Every government institution has been notified by HEC that all ACCA members are equivalent to master's MCOM equivalence. So you don't need to acquire a separate letter now. Amazing session. Thank you. Afraid to speak issues they have in the workplace. Don't worry, Murtaza. Every time. Why are they charging on EPSM? Because previously there were one additional papers to complete for all the ACCA students. Now the 2, 3 have now been combined into one paper of SPL. Therefore, in that place, this is an addition of EPSM. So your total cost to ACCA qualification is not changing. It is same as it was for the students before. Great session. Thank you. Thank you. Will do. Hats off to you. Thank you very much, Murtaza. Great session. Next session, Faisal. Hats off to ACCA. Thank you, Murtaza. Time's up. Yup, Mohammed Safir, time's up. Good session. Thank you, especially ACC Pakistan. Thank you, Murtaza. Thank you, everyone. I would request Harun Saab, if he's on the call, to share final words for today before we close on. Thank you very much. Over to you, Harun Saab.
So thank you, Hassan Bhai, for a great session. Harun Saab is a bit busy somewhere. So are we asking for the ethical dilemmas document from them?
No, not now, not now, because I haven't discussed ethics. So we will take it up on the Thursday session, and if need be, we will have another session after Thursday as well, so that we can complete it.
Fantastic. So thank you everyone for this, for being here and attending this session. Any last words from you, Hassan sir?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your support, Nizam Ali. Thank you, Mutahid, for your support. Thank you, Harun Saab. Thank you, all the lovely attendees, participants. Have a great rest of the evening and night, and we speak on Thursday.
Right.
Take care.
Thank you, everyone. Take care. Allah Hafiz.
Bye.
Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.